Welcome to Green Garden Community TV. Is your small backyard feeling more like wasted space than a modern retreat? In 2025, minimalist garden design is changing everything. With clean lines, smart layouts, and low-maintenance greenery, even the tiniest yard can become a calming, stylish outdoor oasis. In today's video, we'll show you 10 minimalist small backyard garden ideas that transform limited space into something beautiful, functional, and completely modern without the clutter, without the stress. Ready to reimagine your yard? Let's dive in. Imagine stepping into your backyard and instantly feeling grounded, like every inch of space has a purpose. That's the magic of geometric layouts in minimalist garden design. In 2025, we're moving past cluttered garden beds and chaotic pathways. Now, it's all about clarity. Squares, circles, symmetry, clean lines. These simple shapes create visual order, reduce overwhelm, and instantly make a tiny yard feel well-designed. Think of narrow rectangular beds, crisp-edged turf, and paths that run in clean, straight lines. This style isn't just about looks, it's about feeling relaxed in your own outdoor space. In a small backyard, chaos multiplies fast. But a well-planned grid or flowing circular path instantly brings balance. Want modern and organized without trying too hard? Geometric structure does the work for you. Whether you're DIYing or hiring a landscape pro, this layout is your secret weapon for creating a calming outdoor oasis, even if all you have is 100 square feet. Let's break down how a geometric garden layout actually works in your small backyard. First, this trend is all about intention. You're not just placing plants where they fit, you're designing a structure. In 2025, minimalist yards are built on clear shapes: square planter boxes, rectangular pavers, rounded grass patches, or even a small central circle that becomes your focal point. These layouts create a visual flow that draws the eye. For example, a small rectangular lawn flanked by two matching stone paths instantly gives your yard symmetry. That symmetry tells your brain, this is peaceful. And if you're dealing with a narrow lot, a grid layout can create the illusion of width by evenly spacing out features. Another benefit, it simplifies maintenance. When you lay out your garden in a structured way, it's easier to mow, easier to trim, and easier to add or subtract features without ruining the whole look. In fact, the geometric style is perfect for modular gardening, changing your design over time while keeping a clean base layout. Materials matter too. Use concrete blocks, timber edging, or steel frames to clearly define your shapes. This makes each area feel anchored. Even a single L-shaped garden bed wrapping a corner of your yard can create a stunning modern feel. This approach blends well with any plant style too: succulents, grasses, herbs, or even compact trees. Geometric layouts give you control while still allowing flexibility. They work for courtyards, patios, rooftop decks, or narrow side yards. So if your small backyard feels messy or uninspired, start with shape. Lay out squares, draw some lines, map out the flow, and suddenly, your space has order, balance, and modern beauty. Want to know one of the biggest secrets in minimalist garden design? It's not what you add, it's what you leave out. That's right, in 2025, smart landscaping is all about negative space. We're so used to cramming everything into small yards, plants, decor, pots, stepping stones, but the modern minimalist approach is the opposite. By leaving space intentionally empty, you actually create the feeling of a larger, more open backyard. This idea comes straight from architecture and interior design. In a garden, that could mean a wide gravel patch with no plants, a corner with just clean turf and no clutter, or a central open area framed by greenery. This quiet space gives your eyes room to rest and your mind space to breathe. The result? A yard that feels expansive, modern, and peaceful even if it's tiny. It's not empty, it's strategic. Think of it as outdoor breathing room. And trust us, your garden will look 10x better for it. Let's explore what negative space actually means in minimalist garden design. It refers to the intentional use of empty areas, places where you don't put plants, features, or furniture. This is not about laziness or unfinished work. It's about giving each element room to shine and making your yard feel more open and breathable. In a small backyard, clutter is your enemy. Every object competes for attention. But by leaving areas untouched, like an open gravel corner, an uninterrupted grass patch, or a single stepping path with space around it, you bring balance. It's like punctuation in a sentence. Without space, everything feels rushed. In 2025's minimalist garden trends, we're seeing designers use negative space with purpose. For example, a raised plant bed might be placed in one corner, and the rest of the space is just smooth concrete or compact lawn. The contrast makes the greenery pop. Or maybe there's a floating bench surrounded by plain stone, no planters, no clutter, just calm. This space also adds flexibility. If you ever want to change things, add a sculpture, a planter, or a tree, you have options because your yard isn't already packed. It's a forward-thinking design strategy. Plus, negative space naturally improves maintenance. With fewer objects and less crowding, you'll spend less time weeding, trimming, or cleaning. Your minimalist yard becomes a low-stress sanctuary instead of a weekend chore zone. Think of negative space like silence and music. It doesn't mean there's nothing, it means what is there matters more. When applied to small backyard landscaping, it's not just a visual trick, it's a lifestyle choice. A clean, open, minimalist garden brings a sense of order and peace every time you step outside. Imagine walking into your backyard and instantly feeling at ease. No loud colors, no visual clutter, just peace. That's the power of neutral colors in minimalist garden design. In 2025, the trend is all about calming palettes: soft greens, warm grays, creamy whites, earthy taupes, and gentle browns. Bright flowers and multicolored decor may look fun, but they can overwhelm small outdoor spaces. Neutrals, on the other hand, invite serenity. They make a yard feel open, balanced, and grounded. They also create a sense of timeless elegance, so your backyard looks just as stylish 5 years from now. By limiting the color range, you also make every texture, leaf, and shape stand out. A smooth concrete path looks sharper next to light pebbles and sage-colored grass. A wooden bench in natural tones becomes a focal point. The result is a quiet luxury you can feel. If your yard feels chaotic or too busy, calming it down with neutrals might be the design reset it needs. Let's get into why neutral color palettes are dominating small backyard designs in 2025. Minimalism is all about restraint, and color is one of the most powerful design tools to use with intention. Instead of going for bold pops of red, orange, or purple, minimalist gardens are built on tones that blend seamlessly with nature. Picture soft gray pavers paired with off-white gravel and muted green foliage, or a sandy-colored deck bordered by beige planters and silvery sage plants. These tones work together without fighting for attention. The result? A space that feels calm and spacious. In small backyards, this matters more than ever. Bright colors can shrink the feel of your yard and make it seem crowded. Neutrals do the opposite. They create visual openness. The eye moves smoothly across the space, enhancing the illusion of size and cleanliness. This trend also fits beautifully with modern hardscaping. Concrete, limestone, sand, cedar, and steel all come in subtle hues that play well with greenery. You can also add soft fabrics or cushions in earth tones if your space includes a bench or daybed. What about plants? Stick with greens in different shades: dusty eucalyptus, olive, emerald, and use white flowers or silver-leafed plants as accents. Even if you only have 3 or 4 types of plants, this color control makes them feel intentional and curated. Neutral palettes don't mean boring. They create a rich depth through contrast in texture, tone, and light. At golden hour, the soft shadows on pale stone or warm wood create a moody, upscale vibe. And best of all, it's low stress. You never have to worry about matching or clashing colors. It always feels put together. So if you want your small backyard to feel high-end, relaxing, and modern, start with the color palette. Go neutral and let nature's quiet side shine. What if the path through your garden could do more than just get you from point A to point B? In 2025, minimalist small backyard design is redefining garden pathways not just as functional features, but as key visual elements. And the materials leading the trend? Gravel and stone. Smooth, clean, and timeless, these elements offer more than just practicality. Gravel adds texture, while flat stepping stones or large concrete pavers create crisp lines that feel modern and intentional. Together, they form sleek walkways that guide your eye and your feet without overwhelming your small space. In minimalist gardens, every element has to earn its place. And a gravel or stone path does exactly that. It organizes your layout, controls foot traffic, and adds sophistication without shouting for attention. Whether it curves gently through a slim yard or forms a direct line to a focal point, the path becomes part of the art. The best part? It's low maintenance, budget-friendly, and incredibly adaptable. If you're working with a narrow side yard or tight patio, this design move instantly adds structure and style. Let's explore why gravel and stone pathways are becoming go-to elements in minimalist backyard landscaping. First, these materials are functional and flexible. They work in tight spaces, they're easy to install, and they don't require the long-term upkeep of grass or wood decking. Gravel, whether crushed granite, river rock, or pea gravel, gives your path a soft, natural texture that fits beautifully with plants and neutral hardscaping. It allows for drainage, is permeable, and adds that gentle crunch sound underfoot that subtly enhances the sensory experience of your yard. Stone or concrete pavers bring definition. You can use them in geometric patterns to lead the eye or space them out over gravel for a modern stepping stone effect. Even if you only have a few square feet, a path of 3 or 4 large square pavers running through your garden bed can completely elevate the look. Another benefit? Gravel and stone naturally align with minimalist principles. They don't compete with your plants, they frame them. They don't require color, they offer contrast through texture. Plus, they create clean divisions between different parts of your yard: the seating area, the greenery, the open space. You can also experiment with borders, metal edging, timber planks, or even a simple strip of grass can outline your path and keep it feeling grounded. Add subtle curves if you want a softer, zen-like vibe, or go linear and grid-like for a sharper, modern look. In small backyards, where every foot counts, these walkways create intentional movement. Instead of randomly placed pavers or dirt trails, your path becomes a design feature that guides guests and unifies the layout. And best of all, this trend is affordable and achievable. Whether you're DIY it or hiring help, a minimalist gravel and stone path gives your backyard that magazine-worthy look: clean, elegant, and unmistakably 2025. Think your tiny backyard is too small for a real garden? Think again. In 2025, minimalist garden design is going up literally. Vertical gardens are one of the smartest ways to add greenery, privacy, and visual impact to your small outdoor space without taking up precious square footage. Instead of spreading plants across the ground, you grow them along walls, fences, trellises, or custom panels. The result? A lush green backdrop that draws the eye upward and makes your yard feel taller, greener, and more luxurious. Vertical gardens aren't just beautiful, they're space-saving genius. They turn bland walls into living artwork, soften hard edges, and create layers of texture and color. Plus, they double as natural screens, perfect for adding privacy in urban settings or tight neighborhoods. If your goal is a clean, modern look with a bold green twist, vertical gardening is the minimalist move you'll wish you tried sooner. Vertical gardens offer a creative and efficient solution for minimalist backyard design, especially when space is tight. Rather than using up limited ground area, vertical gardens let you stack greenery along vertical planes like fences, privacy walls, pergola posts, or even a balcony railing. In 2025, this trend is about smart simplicity. Think sleek wood slats with mounted planter boxes. Think metal grid panels filled with cascading ferns or trailing ivy. Think modular systems that let you rearrange pots like wall decor. All of these create a lush, intentional look that enhances the space without crowding it. The design benefit is huge. Vertical elements make the entire yard feel taller and more spacious. They add texture and depth to flat surfaces, breaking up blank fences or harsh concrete walls with organic shapes. This vertical layering draws the eye upward, a trick designers use to stretch the perception of space. And the practical benefit? It's amazing. You can grow herbs, succulents, flowering vines, even compact vegetables, all while keeping your floor space open for lounging, walking, or simply enjoying a clean, uncluttered yard. Vertical gardens are also perfect for creating zones in your layout. Use a living wall as a backdrop behind a bench or dining area. Add hanging planters to create a semi-private border between your yard and a neighbor's. Or install a row of tall trellises along one side to soften strong sun while giving your garden height and dimension. Low-maintenance plants are best here. Ferns, pothos, creeping fig, or succulents all thrive in vertical containers. Choose a cohesive color palette, stick to 1 or 2 species per panel, and you'll keep that modern, minimalist aesthetic intact. Whether you DIY it with stackable pots or invest in a professional system, a vertical garden adds function, style, and beauty to any minimalist space without taking up the ground. If your garden feels a bit chaotic or busy, here's a minimalist trick that instantly creates peace and beauty. Choose one focal point. In 2025, modern garden design is shifting toward simplicity, and that means letting a single statement element take center stage. One bonsai tree, one smooth rock formation, one modern water bowl. That's all it takes to give your small backyard the calm, curated feel of a Zen garden. Instead of filling every corner with plants and decor, the minimalist method is to let one meaningful object breathe. This focal point becomes the heart of your space. It draws the eye. It invites reflection. It says, "This is enough." And in a world of visual overload, that kind of restraint is powerful. Whether you're working with 20 square feet or a tiny patio, one thoughtful feature can transform the entire vibe. It's not about doing more, it's about doing less with intention. Minimalist backyard design doesn't mean boring, it means intentional. In 2025, one of the most elegant ways to bring intention into your space is by choosing a single, centered focal point. This could be a sculptural bonsai tree, a Zen rock stack, a water bowl, a minimalist fire pit, or even a large ceramic planter. This strategy works incredibly well in small spaces because it controls the visual rhythm of the yard. With just one object to focus on, everything else becomes supporting scenery. Your gravel, plants, pavers, and borders quietly lead the eye to that one point of serenity. Let's say you choose a bonsai tree. Its intricate form and sculpted branches immediately evoke mindfulness. Place it on a pedestal or in a raised planter, centered in a gravel bed or flanked by two simple benches. Suddenly, your tiny backyard becomes a meditation zone. Or maybe you go with a Zen rock formation. Just a few smooth boulders arranged carefully, surrounded by raked gravel, can suggest peace and permanence. It's low maintenance, visually striking, and requires no water or pruning. Water bowls and minimalist fountains are also trending in 2025. A shallow, circular basin with gently moving water adds sound, reflection, and symbolism. It doesn't take up much space, but it adds a sense of presence. The key is restraint. Don't crowd the focal point. Give it space. Use neutral colors and clean lines around it. Think of the rest of your yard as a stage and this object as the star performer. This approach aligns perfectly with Japanese garden principles, where every element has a purpose and no energy is wasted. It also fits into Scandinavian and modern American design ideals: clean, calm, and curated. So if you want your minimalist garden to feel artistic, spiritual, and serene, don't add more. Focus on one powerful element and design everything else around it. What's the biggest enemy of a minimalist garden? Constant upkeep. If your small backyard needs endless trimming, watering, or replanting, it's not relaxing, it's work. That's why in 2025, low-maintenance plants are essential for creating a peaceful, modern outdoor space. You don't need dozens of species or high-maintenance flower beds to make your garden beautiful. The minimalist approach favors simplicity plants that look great year-round, don't need much water, and grow slowly so you don't spend your weekends chasing them with clippers. Think soft ornamental grasses, native shrubs, hardy succulents, or compact trees. These plants are stylish and effortless, exactly what you want in a clean, modern landscape. They blend beautifully with stone, wood, and metal, and they hold their shape with little effort. If you're building a garden to calm your mind, not add to your to-do list, low-maintenance greenery is the foundation of minimalist success. Let's talk about plant selection, the foundation of any minimalist garden. In 2025, smart garden design isn't about having the most variety. It's about choosing the right low-maintenance plants that give you structure, greenery, and style without demanding constant care. Start with ornamental grasses like fountain grass or blue fescue. These plants add soft movement and texture, grow in clean mounds, and thrive in sun or part shade. They rarely need trimming, and their natural flow fits beautifully into modern layouts. Next, consider succulents, especially ground cover varieties like sedum, stonecrop, or echeveria. These are drought-tolerant, come in neutral green or dusty blue tones, and look sculptural when planted in geometric rows or modern planters. Dwarf shrubs like boxwood, Japanese holly, or compact nandina are perfect for structured looks. You can shape them into low hedges or plant them as standalone features. They grow slowly, hold their shape, and add timeless elegance. Want height without the hassle? Try columnar evergreens like sky pencil holly or Italian cypress. These grow tall and narrow, ideal for vertical interest in tight spaces. They act as living architecture without overwhelming the layout. The key with minimalist planting is repetition and spacing. Rather than mixing 12 kinds of flowers, choose 2 or 3 plant types and use them consistently. Place them with room around each to emphasize shape, shadow, and texture. The result is a garden that feels curated, not crowded. Also, native plants are your friend. They're adapted to your climate, resist pests, and typically require far less water and maintenance. Pair them with gravel, mulch, or crushed stone to keep everything tidy and low effort. Minimalist gardens are about peace, simplicity, and balance. When your plants behave without constant pruning, spraying, or replacing, your outdoor space becomes a true sanctuary, not just something you maintain, but something you enjoy. And there you have it, powerful minimalist garden ideas that prove even the smallest backyard can become a peaceful, modern sanctuary. From geometric layouts and vertical gardens to calming color palettes and low-maintenance plants, each tip is designed to help you do more with less in 2025. Remember, minimalist gardening isn't about what you remove, it's about what you choose to focus on. With the right design, a tiny yard can feel open, balanced, and absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for visiting Green Garden Community TV. We hope today's ideas inspired you to transform your outdoor space, no matter how small. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and share this video with someone who needs a little backyard magic. We'll see you in the next one with even more tips to make your garden smarter, simpler, and greener.